Good morning, YouTube. Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's interview. We have Dave from Street Pricer here today. Not his
Hey,
face, but his voice. So welcome, Dave. How are you this morning?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Now, where in the world are you?
I am in Southwest Florida, but our company is very much global. Our founders are in Australia. They're from China, moved to Australia when they were teenagers. They've been there ever since, and all of our support team is actually in Florida. So, yep,
Nice. All right. So you're 3 hours ahead of me.
yep, absolutely.
And you have some stuff to share with us. But first, let's see here if I can just give everybody a little bit of a whatnot on what's going on today. This is Dave from Street Pricer. Their website is streetpricer.com, and I think it's down in my description too. And what they are is a repricer. And how I met Dave was he messaged me and said that he'd seen something about Be Cool because that's who I run right now, and wanted me to check them out. So here we are on their website. They've got some interesting stuff. They've got their pricing plans, and they've also got, if you are currently on a different platform, these are the big ones right here. We've got Be Cool, Informed, Repricer Express, Seller Snap, Aura. You can go and see and compare their repricer to some of the top popular ones currently going on right now. Dave, is there any other thing that you want me to share in terms of?
Not really from the website, but you'll get an idea really quickly that our big selling point is that we guarantee we're faster, and more importantly, we guarantee we will win you more buy boxes than any of our competitors. And we know that's what you guys really care about in the end, is the buy boxes that turn into sales.
Good morning, Shane and Scan to Freedom. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
All right. So, do you want me to just add your screen now?
Yes, that's perfect. It's this is our dashboard for one of our Amazon accounts. It's not currently live, so you'll see a couple things like there's a red exclamation point up here and no changes over here. But yes, it's completely ready to go, so we can take a look at what the system can do, how things work, and stuff like that.
Excellent. It's very colorful.
Yes, absolutely. We want to make sure things stand out so you know what's what. And more importantly, you can quickly access whatever information you want to access. For example, if you wanted to see which items had won the buy box, you could just click here and it would take you. If you wanted to see which items hadn't won the buy box, you can click here and it would take you. And you can see more information about that specifically. What a lot of these sellers don't know is there's actually 3 different types of buy box win. And as far as we know, none of our competitors tell you the different types or which types you've actually won. They just count them all as one big number, which we think is cheating. So we actually show you the different types, exclusive, shared, and featured, so you can see exactly what your items are winning and know what you have a better chance to sell. And I can actually show you the difference between the different buy box win types. Since most people don't normally know. Let's take a look at an item real quick here. This is our SKUs page where you can see all your listings. You can make changes to any listing you like. You can disable things, and we'll get into all the features a little bit later. That listing is dead. The seller is no longer using the service. So let's see if I can find one that's live. There we go. No, live. This one, all right.
I did not.
Oh, I know what's going on. It's because I'm in demo mode. That's why it's not loading. It's going to a restricted. That's why I was doing that. Okay, so yep, there's the 3 different types of buy box win. Of course, there's the featured win. Everybody cares about. It's what you want. It's where you're this add to cart button here. And you're pretty much guaranteed to get the sale from most people that browse, because most Amazon users, here's the item. This is what it is. I'm going to buy it. They obviously don't know that you might get a better deal if you actually look around a little bit. So that's the featured buy box. It's the big win. There's also a shared buy box, and it's where you're this featured buy box for part of the day. Amazon actually rotates who has the main buy box throughout the day. If you have a featured win, sorry, that's a shared win. is if the buy box for part of the day is a shared win. And then there's the third type, the featured win, which is where you're down here in this other sellers on Amazon box. So those are the three types of buy box win that most repricers just count as a win and call it a day. But we don't stop at any of them but featured. So if you win if you win a featured or shared, we're always trying to win you the exclusive buy box no matter what. So we won't stop until we have it. But also there's a lot of AI behind that makes sure you're getting the most profit out of your items even after you win the buy box, which we can also look at after when we look at our rules.
Okay, and just curious, what kind of, when you're looking at winning those three different things, I imagine most of the time the high percentage would be the exclusive, but what kind of percentage? Because I know when I'm a buyer, I just click the buy now,
Yep.
buy it now button. I don't really go down to the featured. How often do you win the buy box on the featured? Is it like 5% of the day or 10%?
It really depends on the seller's items, how much competition they have, their feedback score. There's so many things that go into Amazon deciding who gets that buy box, that it's all really, really based on their algorithms. But that's where our AI comes into play. And even if we do win you a featured buy box, it's still trying to, if you win featured, it's trying to win shared. If you win shared, it's trying to win exclusive. So this user sells DVDs that are like old used DVDs. So he would have a higher percentage of featured than most of our sellers. Typically, it's around 80% exclusive. And then there's a split between the other two, again, depending on the seller's items.
Very neat. Very neat. I did not know that. So when you click on the SKUs one, is it going to show you a breakdown, or where does that breakdown?
Yes. Yep. So there's SKUs one buy box here, and then you can actually pick and choose right here which type of buy box you'd like to win. So this user is almost exclusively featured, simply because of the types of items he's selling, but also because he's had the account off for quite a while. So we're simply not trying to win the main exclusive buy box for him anymore. So he's lost most of them as he's no longer selling on Amazon.
Very neat. And just side note so that I make sure we cover it sometime in the video. One of the things that really kind of caught my eye is that you guys do eBay, which I've never seen anybody do repricing on eBay.
Yep, eBay is actually how we started as a repricer. Our Amazon is only about 6 months old now, which is how we're able to use the newest APIs available and really make sure we're the fastest and best. But eBay, yeah, we are by far there's a few other competitors, but it's like a little bug in the grass compared to somebody walking around as far as effectiveness. Our eBay repricer is just hands down the best in the game, and it'll always make sure you're the best price on your items if you have item specifics. So the way that our eBay pricer works is based on finding all of your competitors based on the item specifics you list, the EAN, the UPC, the MPN. If you have new listings that have those specifics, it's insanely easy. You're always going to be the best price. You're always going to get the sale. And yeah, that's how the eBay software works. But it also has velocity capabilities, a lot like our Amazon, that we will, of course, look at when we get to looking at our rules.
Very neat. I assume we're going to run to the next section.
Yep, absolutely. So I just wanted to show real quick on this Amazon SKUs page. As you see, you can really filter down to anything you like. If you only want to see certain fulfillment types, you can. If you only want to see items that currently are eligible to even win the buy box, you can. You can filter which of your stores you're currently looking at. This user has stores, or they're multi-site, so their listings are listed all over the world, and you can absolutely enable multi-site if you'd like and have as many different Amazon stores on your account as you'd like, as long as you're under the total SKU limit. And you can see you can really filter down to see any specific types of items you want. You can search and make changes to specific items. For example, if we wanted to make changes to everything with season 1 in the title, We can simply search for season 1, and then we can make changes to the specific item shown. Any changes you like. You can change the current price, you can change your minimum or maximum price, you can change which rule they're following, or if they're repricing, you can download a full CSV, including any specific fields you'd like, only for those specific items, and make changes to those specific items and then push the CSV back to us, or even change tags to specific items after you've created tags here in the tag system. Of course, you can download a full CSV that will include all of your items or a filtered set, again, with whatever specific fields you want, and which you can pick and choose simply by checking, and then those fields would or would not be included in the CSV you downloaded, and you can make any changes you'd like and push them through to the system. We also have weekly sell rate, weekly stock rate, so you can keep an eye on your sales, keep an eye on when you need to reorder. And we're currently working on an inventory management system that will tell you what your stock levels are. We're just working out right now which stock levels to include, because Amazon has like 9 or 10 different stock values we can pull. So it's hard to know exactly which ones the customers need, but that's what we're working on right now. We are always working to make sure our software is better than any of our competitors. It's our owners. It's pretty much his goal in life. If our competitor does something we don't do, we will make sure we've done it better within a couple days, or he will have a heart attack. So yeah, you can rest assured that not only are we the leader in all Amazon and eBay repricing now, but if we aren't, we will we will probably all have heart attacks, because it has become our burning purpose. So yeah, that's go ahead.
Sorry, got a question. And for those watching, if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat. And if you have any questions
Absolutely.
later on, I will get them to Dave, or they have a contact button on their webpage.
Very easy.
So one of the new things that's kind of come out or been the trendy thing to do is the AI, the artificial intelligence on repricing. Do you guys do that? Or
Oh yes, yep. We are the leaders in AI repricing. That's how we do everything based on the SP API, which is the newest Amazon API, and we make sure to win you the buy box. Not only that, but always follow the rule, which is what we'll look at now is actually the rules themselves, which is in settings auto price. And here you'll see you can send your updates anywhere you'd like. If you want to try the system out and get all the changes sent to an email, you don't trust a repricer, you've never used one before, completely understandable. It's your money, it's your livelihood. So if you just wanted to get a report with suggested changes to see how we work first, you can very easily do that simply by switching your update method over to email directly. Or you can send your changes up directly to Amazon. That means we will then be sending the prices right to Amazon, or we can link to most e-commerce platforms. Currently, we're partnering with Listing Mirror. They push your listings to most other platforms, but we can also integrate with pretty much anybody that you'd want to use for your sales. BigCommerce, Neato, Shopify. We just added SKU Vault integration, so you can actually pull all of your standard prices from SKU Vault and not have to worry about price comparison, which is huge. That's been the goal for a while. But let's take a look at those rules. So this is where you set your pricing rules. You can have as many different rules as you want. You can very easily have different rules set to different items. And more importantly, one of the keys of our software is that we reprice instantly 24/7. So the way this new API works is that the instant there's a pricing change on any item, we get a notification that there's been a change. And within 2 to 5 seconds, your item will be updated to reflect your price. So your pricing rules. So if you're the best price, great. You have the buy box, great. Somebody comes in, they reprice under you. So let's say your item's priced at $7. Somebody comes in, prices at $6.50. You have a pricing rule to be the best price always by 1 cent. Within 2 seconds, you would be priced at $6.49, as long as that was within your minimum and your maximum. Every item has to have a minimum and a maximum, and of course, no matter what, we will never go outside of those. So with the rules, you can click Add New Rule, and you'll see some generic template rules that they say what they'll do. If you just want to win the buy box, it's all you care about, regardless of fulfillment type. You can use that rule. All you care about is being the cheapest, regardless of fulfillment type. You can use that rule. If you just care about blowing the stock out the door, you can use that rule, and it'll make sure things are cheap enough to leave. So, but more importantly, you can create your own rule, and you'll see that we have a whole lot of options, and you can do pretty much whatever you want. So this is a single fulfillment rule where no matter what fulfillment type your items are, one, we're always going to try to win the buy box. And that's what the AI does, always tries to win the buy box. But more importantly, if you haven't won the buy box yet, what do we do? So what most of our users do, we always want to win the buy box, yes. If we have not won the buy box, let's be below the lowest price by 1 cent. So we either have the buy box or we're the very best price of the item regardless. So if we don't have the buy box, being the best price is the next best way to make sure you're getting those sales, because smart buyers will actually look around a little bit and make sure they're getting the best price on things if they have the time for it. A lot of users don't have the time for it. They don't care. They just buy, hit the buy now button out the door. Some users do have time to just browse around, and then they will go for the lowest price, even if it's just by a penny. All they care about making sure they get the lowest price. So this is another way to really drive sales well. More importantly, we have our profit optimizer, which is also AI based. And the way this works is once you have the buy box, it will try raising your price while making sure you keep the buy box. So you're going to get the most profit you can out of your items. Even when you have the buy box, it's not just going to sit there. It's going to try to inch it up a little bit while making sure you still have the buy box. So it's going to maximize your profit. So this is for all fulfillment types. But if you have different fulfillment types, you want to do different things with different fulfillment types, you want a specific fulfillment type to win the buy box, you can switch it over to a multi-fulfillment rule. And then you can choose which type of fulfillment you want to prioritize winning the buy box by just moving the fulfillment types around. And then that will prioritize that fulfillment type to win the buy box. But you can have as many fulfillment types as you have, decide which order you want to go for the buy box in, and then exactly what happens to those items if they don't have the buy box. So obviously FBA new is usually the one most folks want to win the buy box. So if they don't, they can choose exactly to be below, above, or matching either the buy box or the lowest price by the set dollar amount or certain percentage. So if they want to be below the lowest price, they can buy, it could be 1%, 1 cent, whatever you want. And you can choose exactly where you want to be for each fulfillment type if you don't win the buy box for any item where you have the actual buy box and the buy it now button. For some items, there is no buy it now button. There's just see all buying options. You have to click on that, and then it'll show you the options to actually buy it. And you can choose exactly where you want to be for those as well, whether you want to just match the lowest price or be below the lowest price by 1 cent again, which is, of course, what probably 90% of our users choose to do, is just be the best price by 1 cent, because that's all you have to do to get the sale. So that's all that, of course, you want to get the most profit out of your items. And that is the most common way things are used. But of course, again, you can choose exactly who you want to compete against, the same fulfillment type, specific fulfillment type, third-party sellers, which is all there would be for see all buying options, or users on your blacklist, which is a list of users that are your specific competitors. So if you had like Frank 12 you wanted to compete with specifically, you could add Frank 12 to your blacklist, and then you would make sure you were always beating Frank 12 on price to blow them out the door and take that item from them, which is something very, very common that happens. People want to make sure they're the only one selling the item, so they will price out any other users, so they stop selling it. And that, we see
Tell
that
me when it's a good time to ask a question.
Go right ahead. Anytime. You jump in anytime. Anytime. I'm very used to just rambling on in demos, so jump in anytime.
Okay, so and then also FYI, my packers are here trying to be as quiet as they can, and they're doing awesome. But I am muting when I'm not talking here, if the sound or if the audio is a little bit weird. So for the blacklist, it is for people that you want to reprice against, not people who you don't want to reprice against.
Exactly. That would be the whitelist. So we have the blacklist for specific users you want to target, the whitelist for people that you never want to reprice against. And if you add them to your whitelist, they would just be completely ignored.
Gotcha. And then my other question is, I know you're talking about beating by a penny, and a lot of it, a lot of people out there do beat by a penny,
Right.
but kind of, at least I have found, I have kind of switched to more of just matching. If you say you have an item that constantly sells at 9.99,
Right.
and you have people that get on there and every once in a while they tank down the price, but every once in a while you get a couple people on there that will just rotate that buy box at 9.99. Would you just set that as your floor? And
Well, there's a couple different ways you could do that. You could set it as your floor, and we'd never go under it. But if you just wanted to match either the buy box or the lowest price,
mhm.
it would be as easy as just choosing matching here, and then you could either match the lowest price or the buy box, and then you would always be in sync with whatever that price was, no matter what it was.
Okay, yeah, I've had more luck switching most of my inventory just to matching versus going under a penny, so that you don't have that drive to
Well,
the
exactly. The
floor.
huge advantage there, exactly like you said, you don't have that race to the bottom in that case. But a lot of our users are actually looking for that race to the bottom because they know they have a better price and they want to get rid of the competition. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
There's definitely,
yeah,
like my chocolate right now. I can tell you right now, with 3 days left till multiples are over, um,
yeah.
it's just get it gone.
Yep,
And
exactly right. And again, that's why you can have as many rules as you want. You can have different rules set for different items. So you could choose specific items that you had in inventory too long. We're excuse me, we're actually adding conditional based pricing right now, where you can reprice based on how long it's been in your inventory. So,
oh,
yeah,
good.
absolutely. We're always expanding. We're always on the cutting edge of repricing, and we want to make sure that stays the case. So we're always innovating. We truly love customer suggestions. A lot of the stuff you've seen, it came from just a customer asking, "How about this?" We add it the very next day. We're very, very serious about making sure our customers always have what they need, and they're always happy. We take being a monthly service very, very seriously, and we know we need to make sure we're always providing value to our customers. And it's our primary drive to make sure that we know a lot of services like ours rely on people signing up and forgetting they're paying, and that's our owner's pretty much number one pet peeve is people not getting value out of the service they're paying for. So yes, we will always be making sure that all of our users are getting everything they need to be sure they're always the best price and they're always getting the sale.
Very neat. All right. Well, uh, if there's,
But oh no, I've got more for sure.
oh yeah, I was just gonna
Yep.
say we can move on.
Yep. Also, the profit optimizer, I mentioned that. Recently, we've added the ability to include related ASINs. And so, you know what? Sometimes on Amazon, there will be multiple listings for the same item. That's where this would come into play. And then you can manually add those items to link them together. And then you would reprice against those as well. So you're the best price against multiple listings, or you're repriced wherever you want to be across multiple listings. You can also choose to only reprice against sellers that have, say, 20 feedback so far, users that only have 50% positive feedback so far. I wouldn't recommend using this one because on Amazon, a lot of sellers have less than like 50% feedback, but they're still huge sellers. It's just such a different animal than eBay. But this is a good one to use because you can avoid brand new sellers, scam sellers, things like that. Even if you just set it to 5 feedback, you'll avoid brand new sellers or the scammers, but you can choose not to use it at all as well, and then you just reprice against everyone. You can also choose to stop repricing based on quantity. So if we entered 4 in here, you would only reprice if you had more than 4 of an item left. So if you ever want to stop repricing when your quantity's low on any items, you can use that feature. More importantly, we have what we call hybrid rules. And that's where, so every single item where you have competition, that's what's going to happen on this tab. So every item where we have competition, we're going to win the buy box. Great. If for any reason we don't win the buy box, we're going to be the lowest price by a penny, or we can choose to match the lowest price or the buy box. And that is what will happen for every item that has competitors. But items that don't have competitors, of course, we just don't want them sitting there not getting sales. So we can choose for any item that does not have competitors to switch to velocity based pricing. And the velocity based pricing is really what makes us night and day ahead of our competitors, is how advanced it is. and just what you can do with it. So to start, it's on a rotating period every day, 3 days a week or 2 weeks, and it takes the sales in that time period into account, or it's based on an average over multiple weeks. If you want to do week on week sales quantity, that's what we call dynamic velocity, and then it averages out multiple weeks. Or it's simply based on the time frame that you choose here. So, for example, if we chose every day and we turned it on, it would just with this basic rule. So if we turned it on like this every single day, if the item had no sales, the price would lower by 1%. If we had 1 to 2 sales, the price would raise by 1%. And if we had more than three or more sales, it would raise by 2%. And you can choose to go up or down by any sales amount you'd like, um, or not change at all by any sales amount you'd like. And you can see you can really do whatever you'd like for it based on sales volume in any set period, either up or down, whatever amount you'd like. And these small incremental movements have a massive effect on your items being seen by more eyeballs. It's a big part of the Amazon algorithm that those small incremental changes move your items higher up the search list, and it has a huge effect on sales, is what we've seen.
Okay, so I'm really interested in this one.
Absolutely.
So let's say that I have a private bundle that I've created, and obviously I'm the only one on it or
Yep.
whatnot. And let's say I started off on the lower end. We'll go with $9.99 again. And I price it cheap because I want my bundle to move. I've got some
Right.
advertising, and then it starts getting up there. This, from what I understand, we could then have the price go up
Absolutely.
incrementally, and then will it
Absolutely right.
find the sweet spot? Because
Exactly right. That's exactly right. So you could use it to raise your price until you stop getting sales. And then once you stop getting sales, it can either level off or start lowering again. So let's say you wanted to sell 4 every day. You could set this to 1 to 3 and then 4 plus, and you could choose how much it goes up when you sell either 1 to 3 or 4. And then if it stops selling there, you can either choose to start lowering it again because there's 0 sales, or you can just turn this off and then it'll stay at that price and you can just keep making the sales you know you've been making at that price. So you can really customize it to be wherever you want it to be, and whatever you want it to do on velocity. But even better, we've recently added what we call a sawtooth feature. So if your items get down to their minimum price, instead of just sitting there stagnating, they can automatically jump back up to the maximum or jump back up by whatever percentage you'd like. So there's always movement on items, even if there's no sales. So they're still getting that advantage from the algorithm. And it's unlikely they have no sales for very long. This is what would happen to every item that did not have competitors. This is what would happen to every item that did have competitors in that case. But again, you can have as many different rules as you want. You can have different items set to different rules. Like your bundles that you make, you could have a velocity only rule for those. So regardless of any competitors, it's always working on sales velocity. Or you can do a combination of both. Really, whatever you want. And let the system work for you. And as you've seen, you can really be priced wherever you want to be priced. We guarantee we're going to win you more buy boxes than Be Cool, Repricer Express, or any of those guys. We have tried and tested against them, and we know our software is better. It's absolutely faster, cartoonishly. So we can take a look at some of our logs, which is another thing where we're way ahead is our reporting. We have full reporting where you can see exactly what happens to any item and why it happened. There is a full log for every single day that'll show you every change made for that day, why it was made, or there's an item level log where you can look at each individual item and see exactly what happened and why. And that's another place that, like I said, we're ahead because you can see exactly what was done and exactly how long it took. Looks like the system was running a little slow because these took still less than 10 seconds to reprice after notification. Typically, it's under 2 seconds. So, yes, the system is massively fast, and we're going to make sure you're always the best price. But getting started, it's really, really easy. We have a 14-day free trial, no credit card needed or anything. And all you need to do is set a minimum and maximum price for the items you want to reprice, choose a rule, and you're ready to go. I would say with our help, which we have unlimited tech support, you can always schedule a meeting with us from this button here. As soon as the very next day, you'll see here that it is now 11 a.m. and I can meet as soon as 1 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, they have as much customer service as you need. You would have one of our technicians private phone number, WhatsApp, email, Skype. We've got everything you could ever want to reach out to support. We have live chat and tickets through this help button here, or you can search our knowledge base for anything in there. We really, really love our customers. Like I said, we want to make sure you're getting absolute value out of our service, and we will make sure that's happening. We will review your account. Even if we haven't heard from you in a few months, we'll still be watching your account to make sure you are using things to optimal settings and making sure you're getting the most you can out of the software.
Um, so really quick, this kind of goes into the question. There's been a lot of people suspended over reviews and price manipulation
Right.
and things like that. Let's say that you do. Where's the whitelist thing?
That's
Because
here under settings, blacklist, and whitelist. And
okay,
you can choose this user's got some users on their whitelist. So the blacklist would be whoever you wanted to compete against. Whitelist would be people you just wanted to ignore.
my partner and I, we both run Be Cool, and we both have bundles that we create together and then both put on. And for whatever reason, my account seems to get the buy box significantly more than hers, and we're trying to figure out the why. I don't know
Right.
if this is
Yeah, so the Amazon algorithm is absolutely insane. It takes so many things into account that we've spoken to them and haven't even been able to pinpoint exactly how it works. It's very much like the eBay algorithm where there's 80 different people that work on it and nobody has the full picture of everything. So there's really no way for us to know exactly how it works, but we do know it takes like 12 different points. I think they call them points of interest from the account into consideration when they're deciding the buy box. So that's actually very common for one account to win it more than another, even in the same household.
well, I mean, I know it's a really hard algorithm. We have tried to, let's say we created a bundle and it's, we want to sell it for around $15. If we both put it at $15, the number of sales is like for every 10 sales, I'm getting 7, she's getting 3. So I have bumped my price up. I've, tried to figure out why.
So even with a higher price, you're still the one winning the buy box.
We have some things in testing right now, but
Right. Yep.
so we'll see at the end of the
Yeah,
month.
yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear the results. But one thing you might do is try the velocity pricing on that, and
Hmm.
that might make a big difference simply because of how much their algorithm loves those small incremental changes.
That's what I was thinking, that we could set the velocity up. That was
Exactly right.
interesting. For eBay, now you have to have that link with your store. There's no cross posting, right? I had somebody
Eh,
ask me.
so our partner does the cross posting, which is Listing Mirror. If
Oh,
you are
okay.
an eBay seller, Listing Mirror can automatically propagate your listings to any, like they can go to Mercari, Walmart, Google, anybody you want. They will automatically transfer your listings from Amazon to wherever you want to be, including eBay.
Oh, neat. So if you had, again, let's go back to somebody that's making things by hand or selling their own thing, and you wanted to put your bundle on Amazon, on eBay, on all the other things, you would handle the repricing for Amazon, eBay, and then those are the ones that you do repricing for. Or was there?
Yep. Oh, so right now we're Amazon and eBay. We are right now adding Walmart into the mix. Is what is next. And anybody that signs up now, if you mention this to me, we can give you Walmart for free when that comes out down the road. And we are also raising our prices at the end of the month. So anybody that signs up now will be grandfathered into the current price indefinitely, and they can save even more with an annual subscription as well.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Absolutely.
Um, Yeah, that's interesting. So Listing Mirror is who you suggest for cross posting. I know a lot of
Oh
people are
yes,
wanting to do
their software is incredible, and their support is exactly like ours, where they will do everything they can to make sure that you're getting what you need out of their software. Which is why they're pretty much our favorite partner, simply
that.
because their ideals are very similar to ours.
Neat. Okay. Do you have more slides or
No, that's pretty much the
okay?
system. It really is. At first glance, it seems really complicated. You see all the check boxes and empty boxes, but after you look at it a little bit, it's insanely easy. We do have some extra features like item tagging to keep track of items. We have a calculator that will let you calculate your current price based on your fulfillment cost, storage cost, cost of goods, and any miscellaneous cost you have. So if you do have to manually upload these costs, but you can easily do that from a spreadsheet, and then you can use that data to automatically calculate your current price or your minimum and maximum price. So that's something that we had to make sure we had because our competitors have it. So we wanted to make sure ours was better, which is that's our owner's philosophy. If our competitor has it, we have to do it better. So you can rest assured you're always going to have the best of the best with Street Pricer, and we will do everything we can to take care of you.
So you do not integrate with Inventory Lab yet?
No, SKU Vault. We integrate with SKU Vault, which
Okay.
is where we pull the prices from.
Okay. Gotcha. We do have a question here. Thank you,
Great.
Lori, for asking a question. And this is kind of the last call for questions. Does Pricelister also adjust inventory across platforms if something sells?
It does not. So you mean if something sold on Amazon, would we remove it from your quantity on eBay, that sort of thing?
I believe that's the intent of the question. Yeah.
Not currently. Currently there is no communication cross between Amazon and eBay sides, but we're adding that right now so your price can sync between the two, and it would also sync quantity as well.
Okay. So yeah, Lori said yes, and sounds like something down the road that will be added to.
Yep, exactly right. We're always expanding. We love customer input. We actually have a button right here to request a feature, and if somebody hits it, they can expect to see if what they request for is realistic within a couple days. If it's something really complicated but a good idea, a couple months.
Yes, I've all of the software with Amazon has come a long way in the last
Oh
5
yes.
years.
Oh, even the last couple. Honestly, our software is unrecognizable from where it was even 3 months ago at this point.
Oh,
Simply from working with our customers to make sure we have what they need.
for sure, for sure. I don't have any other questions. Oh, do you have, oh, what do you call it? Like, if you have a VA or whatnot, do you have assistant accounts or, other logins for your people
No,
that work for you?
not currently. Currently, they share an account, but we are adding that as well right now to be able to have underling accounts. I guess is not what we would call them, but that's what they would be.
Peons,
Right,
underlings.
right. Subordinate accounts under the primary account. Yes, the multiple logins is coming as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, I'm going to just switch the view here real quick so that we can plug in your name again. There we go. You guys can go check them out at streetpricer.com. I'll pop that into
Absolutely.
the chat. I think it's down below as well. And then they are upping their prices at the end of the month. So you want to get in now. You got a free trial here. So that's something that you may want to check out.
No credit
I
card
have,
needed.
pardon?
No credit card needed. They can sign up
Okay.
without anything at all and give us a try.
Yeah, so definitely check them out if you are looking for a repricer. I have heard rumor, and I don't know if you've heard this rumor or not, Dave, but a couple people have suggested to just keep changing your repricers, and that messes with the Amazon algorithm or not. Is that a wives' tale or?
Absolutely. It's based on those incremental changes that we were talking about previously, and that's why they're seeing the difference. It's typically when they switch repricers, there's a bunch of changes right away that count as those small incremental changes, and that's the difference they would see. And simply by using our velocity-based pricing, they would see the exact same difference.
Yeah, Interesting. I don't know how they test it out, or if it's just like a feel.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's very, very true. When changes start happening that haven't happened in a while,
Hmm.
they absolutely like to see that.
It's kind of like that item that you're like, oh, this is just never going to sell, and the next day it sells.
Right, exactly, exactly right. You've had it sitting on the shelf for months and months, and you're ready
Yeah.
to throw it out when somebody finally wants it. And that's
Yeah.
the way it works. When somebody wants it, they don't care what it costs. They're going to pay it if they really want it.
Exactly. They have their pricing broken down right here. I do love that about websites when they tell me exactly what I'm going to get for how much. I hate it when you sign up with somebody and then there's like the hidden this or the
Right,
hidden that.
and it's all included in your trial. There's no restrictions on your account or your tech support. We will help you set everything up. You don't have to do anything yourself. Our slogan is start today, win more buy boxes in 3 days. But really, if we get you set up, it's overnight. You'll see it right away. You'll see the sales. We haven't had a single customer try us out that has not stayed with us at this point. So, yeah, that says a
And
lot.
then the last one, the last link on their thing on their website is they have some comparisons. So if you are currently using Aura, Seller Snap, Reseller Express, Informed, or Be Cool, you can go and click on these features or these links and then get a breakdown on what exactly is the difference if you're
And
thinking about switching or you want to compare a couple together. You should always look around and figure out which one is going to be best for your business.
And if you're not using a repricer now, we will make you more money. It's simple as that. If you are using a repricer now, we will make you more money. Give us a try. You have absolutely nothing to lose. If you want to just try us with a couple items, you can absolutely do that. Whatever you want to do, give us a try. We will make you more money, which we know is what you guys want, and we can do it.
Well, we want to move product too. Move
Yeah,
product.
right. Get the inventory out the door, get the money in the wallet. Come give Street Pricer a try, and we will make sure you're doing more of both.
All right. And Dave, anywhere else that people can hit you up? Do you have a?
Oh, absolutely. So, well, they can get me Dave at streetpricer.com anytime at all. Or should I can give out our Skype number here. Is that okay?
Doesn't matter to me.
Yep, 512-539-0494 is our Skype number. So email me. You can WhatsApp us. If you go to our contact page, it's all right there, and we will be more than happy to help.
All right. I plugged that into the chat too. So if you didn't catch that number, I just put it into the chat. It's 512-539-0494. And you can message them if you have any questions, particularly. All
Absolutely.
right. Well, thank you, Dave. I'm going to go ahead and end the
Pleasure.
broadcast. Everybody out there, you have a great day. Thank you for joining us today. And check them out.